Ooh, another nice and well, clearly we like the classic jerseys when football. I feel like we have another classic matchup here
I'm
between
trying
the
to think. I mean, the Bengals don't really have a classic in a way. I mean,
yeah,
like it
but
is,
I feel
but
like the
it's more
Bengals won
modern.
kind of like process of
Yeah,
elimination. All of
yeah. But
their
again, like
matchups.
if they do make a
Um,
couple of changes, they've got some top tier uniforms. I think. Um,
yeah,
I'm just trying to think of NFL teams aside from kind of the Titans that
like
we've talked about, and the
like the
Cardinals, and
Seahawks have a
yeah,
fairly
that's not
modern look
bad.
that I
Yeah,
like. I think it gets a lot of like it has a bad rap. I feel like a lot of people don't like it, but I personally like it.
yeah.
Um,
That's a good example.
so
Whose pick
Green
even
Bay
is that? I don't
has
remember anymore.
I don't know. I'll take it. Green Bay has
All right,
gorgeous
fair
uniforms.
enough.
I love the green and yellow color combination. I'm a little bit sad that
Brutally
the
underused in
NHL doesn't
sports.
have it.
Yeah,
Like
at least not
I.
within the
That being said,
primaries.
I'm glad the Wild don't. Like, there's a lot of people clamoring for the Wild to go reverse retro color palette full time. I don't want that. Like, I love the Wild. Like, I like both green teams as they are. Like, I'm not saying I want the Stars or the Wild to go to green and yellow, but if there were, a hypothetical other team to adopt it, great. The striping is really nice. Everything flows well together. It's even the white looks nice, even with the how much green there is and how little yellow within the yellow equipment. I think it looks good. And then obviously we've talked about the 49ers before. I'm going to let you go ahead and talk about these, and I'm going to stew on my pick for a little bit because I'm not entirely decided as of yet.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we talked about these ones. I don't really have much to add to Green Bay, classic uniforms. Green and yellow is a fantastic color scheme and brutally underused because you've got Packers, Oakland A's, NBA,
Edmonton
I don't think.
Elks.
Yeah, Edmonton Elks in the CFL. NBA, I don't think anybody
You
currently,
could
but
argue the Celtics when they use, but it's like a gold,
I'm
not
not gonna
a
art. No, I'm not gonna argue
yeah.
that one. The Seattle Sonics, whenever they
Seattle
were still
Sonics,
around,
yeah,
but it's been how many years at that point, or at this point, since that's
right.
come and gone. So yeah, brutally underused. Again, NHL with like Minnesota reverse retro stuff like that. And again, I'll agree with you. They don't need to do that. They have a good enough color scheme as is. I'm going to go for the Packers on this one, not because the 49ers are necessarily bad, but I think the color scheme, like both the great
I
look
was
of
gonna
it
say, I
and the
think
uniqueness within not only the NFL but North American professional sports, really
exactly.
brings their stock up, I think.
Yeah, I think you talked me into that as well. I think in terms of giving them props for using this color palette that isn't used super often, I think they deserve a win for that. So
And
I
also like
will
they have
cast
that
my ballot for
they have the like color
the
rush,
Packers
which is
as well.
very Steelers esque, just green and gold instead of black and gold.
Yeah, I don't love it. It's very very Edmonton Elks. I think it's
Yeah, that
almost
too.
nearly exactly the Edmonton Elks jersey.
I think
Funny.
you might be right now that I think about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who did it first in particular here. Again,
I
I'm
mean,
not
this is a
much of a
throwback for the Packers, so technically they did, but it's a throwback
true.
that they started doing this year. So it's like the Elks made it their primary before the Packers brought it back, but the Packers
Who
obviously
came
had the
first, the Packer or the
original.
Elk?
Yeah,
um, yeah, I mean, I think we've got our winner here for sure.
yeah.
Um,
Ideal matchup. Ugh. Can you go back to the
can't do
49ers
red and
for
green again.
exactly.
I'll
I,
just
I
butt
like the
in.
49ers white. I think 49ers white versus Packers green.
Yeah, I'm again gonna kind of go. Let's give the edge to the better color jersey, and then
Hmm
fill in the gaps. So, green,
I also think that
Green Bay, and uh, white 49ers.
the 49ers colors are like I don't want to say softer per se, but less harsh, like milder maybe is a better
Yeah,
word.
I think that's
Where I
kind of
think having that,
Buffalo and Kansas City as well.
yeah,
I think that's kind of the difference
where
we
I think
had.
like I think having that milder palette allows their white to work better. We talked about the color balance kind of thing, where there is like no gold in their white, and there's very little yellow in the Packers white as well. But I think this one works better because the gold is less jarring against the white backdrop in comparison to the Packers yellow.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And the Packers are kind of similar to the Steelers in the yellow pants, white jersey, but it's like
Uh,
Steelers have the black helmet, so it's I guess a little bit different. It's just so interesting how I talk about Nashville syndrome in the NHL, and so many of these NFL teams fall under that. Where I don't know if it's a bad thing in this case, but or I guess not really. I guess it's not really Nashville syndrome, huh? Because Nashville syndrome is not having enough of the color on the jersey, really.
yeah,
Where this way,
yeah.
it's usually just kind of reverse the color balance of
Hmm.
what the dark is.